We cannot solve the health crisis in New Jersey. We cannot solve food insecurity. We cannot solve education. We cannot solve any of the other issues that plague our neighborhoods and harm our families and hold people back from reaching their full potential unless we also address housing insecurity, instability, and unaffordability.
Close the gap. For so long, we've talked about it, but now it's time for us to deal with it. And what you guys are doing today, making sure that people such as myself, and I support all of my colleagues in their bills, and I can't wait to get on the floor to talk about them, because it's very, very important that my children have somewhere affordable that they can go. In New Jersey. Let me say that again. In New Jersey. It's important that my young ones who are going off to college will come back and support New Jersey, because we have affordable housing and we've made an effort to close that gap. So today, I pledge that I'm going to support my colleagues, and I'm going to push every colleague that I have to push these bills to make sure that we get them over the finish line. Because that's what's important. Thank you.
The median net wealth of a white family is $322,500, one of the highest in America. Yet for black households, that number decreases over $300,000, with the median household wealth for New Jersey's black families of only $17,700. And how do we explain this immense wealth divide, which is almost double the national racial wealth gap? Well, we have to look at the foundation of their American dream, the home.
All the gains we've made, and make no mistake, we still have a long way to go, are because of what you are here doing, advocacy. If you don't make your voices heard to your representatives, they're not going to pay attention. All elected officials want to be re-elected, and that means they need to hear from you. Not just when there's a specific piece of legislation, but they need to hear from you to know that you are paying attention and that you are voting and that your communities are voting. The strides that we have made were directly related to advocacy that resulted in the Civil Rights Act, the Voting Rights Act, and the Fair Housing Laws.
This week's activities with your state elected officials, I want to thank you all for the time you have dedicated to create a more affordable New Jersey for generations to come. Count me in as a partner in that cause, one that is near and dear to my heart and my calling as a public servant. As many of you may know, your esteemed president and CEO, Stacey Berger, was able to join me, Housing and Urban Development Secretary Marcia Fudge, and other allies in this work during the Secretary's visit to Trenton a few weeks ago. It's really important to me that we've been able to put together these discussions where advocates like yourself can get your priorities in front of those in a position to institute change. Know that I will continue to fight alongside you until every American has access to safe, affordable housing.
We also have an affordability issue here in the state of New Jersey. So as you talk about housing and making sure it's affordable, we want to make sure that you can live anywhere in the state of New Jersey. It should not be dictated by the amount of money that you make. It should be dictated by where you want to go.